Welcome to the J.R. Hendrick Texan Night, a podcast where we deal with the early life of yours truly. Narrating is Jamie. The title of this episode is going to be El Presidente in Miami Vice, the Catfish King Killer. 1:15 a.m. Eastern. After a lengthy lovemaking session with Laurel, Jim wakes up very early and sits in the Guzman Mansion den by the fireplace, watching CNN News. Today he would be speaking at Miami Christian University along with a press conference, and then meet with their client in downtown Miami. 6 a.m. At Miami Christian University, Jim is speaking at early morning chapel before that the students would have before going off to final exams. 6 a.m. Central. JR wakes up early and goes to one of the kitchens at Gordon Hall to grab his peanut butter cinnamon muffin that he'd gotten from the Spirit Club the day before. He was going to have that for breakfast before heading off for the foreign language final in the foreign language lab at 7:30. He and Jennifer would have a full breakfast at 9. 9:05 a.m. Eastern. Jim is meeting with the financial advisors from Washington, D.C. about a potential client named Armando Vasquez. At first, Jim thought that the financial records were looking good, but they found some irregularities. Armando Vasquez was desperate to open a retail casino in Miami, but with the finances being in the shape that they were in, chances were the SBA would have to turn down the loan. 9 a.m. Jennifer and JR walk outside the foreign language building and crawl into Jennifer's car. "I can't believe this semester is finally over," Jennifer said. "Just a few more exams and we'll be done." "I think that's a great idea," JR said. "Can't wait for it to really be over." Thing is, I know I have this internship. "You'll do fine," Jennifer said. They go to the Waffle House to grab a bite to eat. 10:15 a.m. In the car, Jennifer and JR talk. "You look great today, JR," Jennifer said. "As do you," JR said. "You know, we have a good relationship. After these exams and our crazy summers, we can start our junior year together." "I'm looking forward to that," JR said. 2 p.m. JR and Ken are swimming in the Daniels Aquatic Center after having lunch together at the Spirit Club. The plan was for Darren to pick them up later on this afternoon and take them back to the condo to relax a little bit before they were to grab dinner tonight. 3 p.m. Darren picks up JR and Ken at the rec center to take them back to the condo. "You don't know how bad I wanted for us to just crash out tonight in those couches in the basement of the rec center, of the center," Ken said. Man, I on the ball, J.R. said. You have to go to the business school at Lubbock University College to take your advertising final. And I have to go to the library tomorrow morning to take my government final. Okay, I see your point. Say, have you heard from Lynn Wilson? Yeah. She says she's not having anything to do with Brad anymore because, well, quite frankly, he began to cut me out of some social circles. Fine, we stay away from Brad. Look, Jim Bob's okay to hang out with him alone, but as long as he's with Brad, we stay away from them both. 3 p.m. It had been an eventful, and 3 p.m. Central. It had been an eventful day for J.R. and Ken. Heading to the aquatic center, they listened to In a Big Country by Big Country. And then, after swimming, sitting down in the couches in the basement, they heard Celine Dion's The Power of Love, one of Ken's favorite current songs. And now in the condo in Ken's guest bedroom, he is playing Killer by Queen, talking to JR about how his family was moving to Dallas, but they were allowing him to have the family condo until he graduated. "6 p.m. Darren picks up JR and Ken at the condo. Let's roll, Ken said, getting into the car. Man, JR, it's always good to see you. I tell you what, JR said, I am really sorry that I ever introduced you to Brad. Hey man, that's okay. At least we know from now on, Ken said. They go to Spanky's to grab a burger and fries. 8:15 p.m. In the restaurant, JR and Ken talk. I tell you what, man, once these crazy final exams are over, you and I are back to get together, on top of the world, together. Yeah, but we can't be totally together until these exams are over, JR said. Man, I know. Look, you need to learn to stop stuffing that face of yours, Ken says. I know. It's a problem. But hey, after the exams, we'll definitely be together for a few weeks before I head off to D.C. 15 minutes later in the car, JR and Ken talk. Man, we did it. This semester's almost over. I get to start my junior year. Yeah, man, think about it, JR. Ken said, you'll no longer be an underclassman. You are going to be a junior. Hope you enjoy listening to J.R. Hendrick Texan Consort. If you like what you hear, please subscribe, become a part of the adventure. This is J.R. Hendrick saying until next time, get ready for the rest of the story. This next episode is going to be El Presidente and the Mama's Boy.